Good morning. This is my first vlog of 2024, so I wish you a happy new year. I haven't done any so far because I've been down with the lurgy again 4 times in about 6 weeks, and it keeps on knocking me out, so my apologies, but never mind, that's just the way it is. Only a silly little bug of some sorts. But today I'm in the greenhouse because it's the first day of reasonable weather for about 2 months. It's been incessant rain. We've had about 6 days of no rain in that time period, and it's been just too damp and cool and cloudy, most importantly cloudy, so the light level's been very poor to bother doing things, to be honest with you. So today what we're doing is prepare the greenhouse for planting. A lot of people have got their onion seeds on Boxing Day. I'm not bothering with that. I'll do it in my own good time. Don't think there's much to be gained unless you're an exhibition grower, and I'm not. I just like growing to eat. And I just want to show you today a couple of little things that I do that I think you could implement in your greenhouse. It is constrained by the aspects of the growing within my room and the fact that I don't like to waste money or resources on needlessly doing things. For instance, the plastic on my left hand side here is new in this section, but all the rest of it is old stuff. This bubble wrap lasts for about 4 years, and as it gets worse and worse it goes to the back side, the north side, and it does its job there, but it doesn't let as much light through, and that's why it's on the north side. It gets very brittle, too brittle to wash, so that's why that happens. I also build a little tent area, and that's what I want to show you today. The tent area is to provide a little bit of a heating mat down low, and the small size, the heating mat alone will help keep it above zero and into the low centigrade. Here comes a helicopter. Oh, he's going away, it's all right. So I want to just cover off that today, and just a general chat about the greenhouse and budget saving ideas. Let me show you. Right, and so there's my permanent beds in my greenhouse. Use it to grow cucumbers and tomatoes in the summer, and of course now it's not growing anything because I put a coffee table over the top, or it was a coffee table in its time, and that provides me a little bit of staging above the bed. The bed is not too damp, it's lightly damp because I don't want excessive moisture in the greenhouse. I also don't want it bone dry like it was at the end of summer. So it's been watered and it's been let go for a couple of months to try and get the excess moisture away from it, and then put the coffee table down, and then a little bit of staging on top to act as a place that I can put my seedlings, because this is the only space that I'll keep above freezing for the springtime. The bubble wrap will help. The bubble wrap only adds probably 0.5 degrees centigrade difference in heat between here and the outside. It's not much at all, perhaps 1 degree, and then the glass adds another half degrees, so it's not much of a difference whatsoever. But when you add a little bit of warmth in here, it helps keep that warmth in. So it'll add 2 to 3 to 4 depending on the amount of heat that you give the place and how much you actually warm it up. This place in here is my little tent that I've just made up. It's from wood from last year. So all this is literally a wooden frame of which the grow light will be suspended, a metal tray that gets recycled to use in this period here, over a kitchen table and wood. Very, very rustic way of doing things, but it works. The silver here is on the east side where there's big shade that comes in, because this greenhouse doesn't get light until 10 o'clock because we have 30 great oak trees that side. And obviously the north side also doesn't get any light, so reflective surface on those two sides, and that is a thermal blanket for survival from Camping Shop. Very cheap to buy, very reflective, not much in the way of thermal addition, but it will reflect a certain amount of heat, not much at all. The base will contain the grow mat, which will be on the timer as well. New plastic because I want maximum light transparency through here, and this little space here will grow my tender seedlings when the time is right. I'll get over this cold spell first, I think. There's not much else to tell you really, other than I'm making the most of sunlight coming in this way through the midday, coming in this way during the later part of the day, and through the tops. So the top surface here is also clear. So I'm only going to have artificial light on during the morning, and that's it. And in the past it's worked really well. It really has done a good job. And the little tent structure will keep it 3-4 degrees centigrade higher than the background in the greenhouse, which will keep it a little bit warmer than outside. There we are. That's my strategy for this year. What I will be doing in the next couple of months is compost trials. Now then, I've got my last bucket of coir that I've scrounged from the cannabis growers. Terry King has taught me how to use this stuff. That wonderful man, a font of all knowledge, and he's brilliant, fantastic bloke. But this is the last bucket of coir that I can get, unless I can find another stash that's been dumped somewhere. So I've got to eke that out as much as I can. And I'll be mixing it, no, let's not go into the blend. I'll be mixing it with wood chip, 3-year-old wood chip that is also of a very fine consistency, and a small amount of leaf mold. And between those blends there, I'm going to make up a nice blend to trial. I'm also going to trial it against what is termed the best peat-free compost, which is Silver Grow. Don't rate it myself, but there you go. And one peat compost. I don't rate peat generally because peat is always taking its nutrients from the chemicals that are added to it. I'm trying to be organic, so I'm not really interested in the chemicals that add to it. I'm not sure how Silver Grow get over it. I assume it's going to be the same thing, whereas mine is entirely organic. I've had success before, a couple of years in a row now, and it'll be interesting to see if I can replicate those successes again this year. And the idea of trying it against the peat and peat free is I want to at least grow to the same standard. I don't see any point in making my own compost to end up with worse plants. The worst thing about those advert kits that go on about peat free is they only grow in it and they only show you the growth that they got, rather than show you how it would have grown in the old substrates that peat provided. Yeah, so that's what I'll be up to in the next couple months. I find these sort of experiments very, very interesting from perspective of, can I do it? Can you do it by copying what I do? And yes, you can, definitely. Let's go through that journey in the next couple of videos. Or of course I might fail and end up with egg in my face again. We'll have to wait and see. We cannot tell today at all, but I hope for success rather than failure this year. We'll see. Anyway, so for the short term, I'm going to try and keep these peppers alive. Damp is playing havoc with these things at the moment. I think I'm going to lose this one here to damp, but I've got 4 other plants that I want to try and keep if I possibly can. I think this one's going to be a real battle to keep going because it's got dieback here. It has got healthy buds down lower, so we'll see. never really mastered overwintering peppers before, so I'm trying my best to make sure that it's okay for this year. Anyway, I think that's enough of my waffling for now, and I will see you on the next one, which may or may not be very interesting or controversial. We'll see.